Thank you all for coming. Today I'd like to discuss our surveys of Halpha's various regions. Specifically, how we might better leverage them against the dolls and the starless.
Is there something wrong with how we're doing them?
Well, there's no problem with the intel, but our methods have been uncoordinated and frankly inefficient. Which is why I've begun the formation of a joint research team.
A fine idea. But every team needs a leader, yes? Who will that be?
That's a good question. But before I address it, I'd first like to talk about one of our research team members from Alio.
Huh?
Manon. Yes, I guess you could say that. She and I discussed it, and came to an agreement.
So, does that mean she's free now?
That's right. I'll need her to give me updates, but otherwise, it's business as usual.
Awesome. Would it be alright if we helped out with her research too? The three of us should be together, right?
Unfortunately, I'll need you two to focus on your own duties.
What? But...
I'll need you to lean into your role as our guardian against the starless. And Aina, I'll need you to look after our new trainees.
Uh-huh.
Then I'll do it. I'll lead that research team.
Glenn?
I've handed over combat command to Kanui anyway. I've got nothing but time on my hands. I'll take care of Manon too.
It would be a tremendous help.
Let me know if you get any other volunteers.
Will do.
Guess I will be the only one. I'll probably need your help occasionally. I'll be counting on you.
Glenn.
But in the meantime, just handle whatever Crawford needs you to do. You bear the weight of ARK's future on your shoulders now.
Yeah, I know.
Are we done here? We'll figure out the details once we get the team together.
Right. We'll decide the particulars of an action plan later.
Then, what about Zephedo? We were just talking about Zephedo, and about what exactly he did on Halpha. We thought it might give us some sort of hint for dealing with the starless.
We've pieced together a lot from what we've learned from the Lycelans. The main problem is that there's just so much data to sift through. It's 500 years worth, after all. And most of that data no longer exists on Halpha. The data really leaves no doubt. But one thing we've learned is that Zephedo wasn't always a caste. He made that change to extend his longevity for his experiments.
That's some dedication.
Yes, he was entirely committed to his work. In the beginning, it looks like he did try to keep the Halpha experiments safe, but he wasn't getting the results he was looking for. When he developed the dolls, the experiments became something more like real warfare. A big turning point for that was when he introduced Dark Falls. It basically became survival of the fittest. Defenders who survived saw tremendous spikes in their photon power.
And so, that's why we were forced to fight against Dark Falls too.
I honestly could never forgive what Zephedo has done. But I can understand why he did it. As Alio's leader, I understand doing whatever it takes. I feel the same about the people of Alio. Of course, I would never take things as far as he did. I heard that he said his wish had been fulfilled. If that's true, it means we can beat the Starless. At least I hope so.
Good to see you. I was reading that Lacelan report. It made me want to look to the sky. Would you mind lending me an ear as I get my thoughts together? Resurgent ARKS members were born to research and develop ARKS and dolls. That's it. That's all they've ever known. And the result of this ARKS development plan they were working on was us. But then, where does that leave Meteorn like you and me? Meteorn come from outside Alpha's atmosphere, way beyond Lucille. I hear there's a huge station up there. But according to them, even the Lacealans know nothing about it, aside from the fact that it sent out some Meteorn. Seems like the people of Alpha came up with the word Meteorn in the first place. The Lacealans called us first generation, second generation, and so on. Crawford and Ina are descendants of the second generation. You and me, we're third generation. Photon sensitivity gets stronger with each generation. But I think yours is especially strong, even for the third generation. Not that we know why that is. Even Manon and Feria say your origins are a mystery. We were created for a single purpose, to counter the Starless. People like us, we were born to either research or to fight. In my book, that's not much different from the Lacealans. Sorry. I didn't mean to ramble. I better get back to my post.
Hello. You came at just the right time. Do you have a minute to talk? Feria here was just telling me more about the Starless.
So far, it's been familiar information.
But any scrap of info at this point helps a great deal. I thought it might be a good idea to share it with you, our guardian. Is there anything in particular you would like to know about the Starless?
They suddenly appeared from outside of human space, seemingly from nowhere.
And then they began attacking, seemingly without reason. That was 500 years ago now. Sadly, humans at the time were no match for them, and those on the periphery were. Suffice it to say, many lives were lost in the remote star systems. Right, but the inner regions were mostly left untouched. There wasn't exactly a fight, per se.
After the Starless destroyed the border star systems, they began to expand their offensive, even farther afield. Until one day, they suddenly disappeared.
Good question. That's what people at the time suspected. They even carried out a large-scale search. But Despite their best efforts, they couldn't find so much as a trace of them.
Indeed, there was no evidence of retreat, nor any indication that they were in hiding.
It seems as though the starless simply vanished, without a trace. Regardless, the fact remains that they attacked without warning and killed billions of people. Some people saw that as reason enough to take action. And so, Resurgent ARKS was formed. But that's a long story, in and of itself. Why don't we take a little break for now? We can continue again, when you're ready. It started then. People were traumatized by the starless attack 500 years ago. Some of those people formed what would go on to become Resurgent ARKS. That much we've covered already, right? Can you continue, Feria?
Yes. Resistance to the starless threat developed and manifested in various ways. Zephedo was part of one such resistance movement. He had also participated in the war against the starless. Zephedo was concerned about the decline in military capability and photon power at the time. A great war had taken place 1,000 years prior, with a long period of peace afterward. And it is believed that photon power declined because people no longer needed to fight.
Additionally, without an enemy, there's no need for much of a military.
Zephedo began to study the most powerful unit in that ancient Great War to see if he could find some way to counter the starless. That unit was ARKS.
His goal was to restore it to its former power. And so began Resurgent ARKS.
Zephedo claimed that the odds of the starless reappearing in the next 500 years were high. He boasted that ARKS was uniquely suited to counter the starless threat. Resurgent ARKS became a rallying point for people who shared such sentiments. His research was obsessively focused on the starless's movement patterns. There are significant space-time fluctuations which occur at certain intervals. Among them, some are large, and others are small. The one 500 years ago was small.
He predicted that a major fluctuation would occur 500 years after that. And that brings us to the current emergence of the starless. The exact causal relationship between these two events is not well understood. Or at least, not by the Lycilans anyway.
I do not know any more than that. We had no interest in these sorts of matters. Before now, that is.
Meaning Zephedo didn't make a point of it. Or perhaps deliberately wanted to hide it. We may find more answers in Lucille's core. Can I trust you to continue helping us with our investigation, Feria?
Yes.
Manon!
Aina. And you, too.
I'm so glad we finally found you.
Yeah.
So, what's with the outfit?
Crawford gave it to me. And the old one was from Resurgent ARKS, so...
Gotcha.
Huh? You mean it?
I like the old one, but this one's pretty nice too.
Thank you.
Are you free right now? We've got so much to talk about.
I guess we do. But I can't right now. Glenn wants to talk to me about the new research team we're forming.
Oh, right. We volunteered to help out with that too, but he wouldn't let us.
You two have your own duties to attend to, right? It's probably best if you focus on those.
Okay. But, Manon, will you be alright by yourself?
Yeah. I guess so. Something on my mind? I'm just afraid to face everyone. What I did to the people of Helfa was absolutely unpardonable.
Don't say that. It wasn't your fault. Everyone still considers you a friend.
Even if that's true, it doesn't change what I did. I don't know if I can ever make up for it, or what to do with all my guilt. I know, but I can't help it.
There you are, Manon.
Glenn, I'm sorry. I'll get going.
You know where it is?
Yeah.
Hey, Glenn. Is she always like this lately?
I think she's still trying to feel the situation out. Some people still don't trust her, you know?
But what about all she's done for Helfa?
Way ahead of you on that one. Look, I have my own feelings on the matter. But I can't deny how much you three have helped. I'll take care of everything. Don't worry.
I just hope she doesn't bottle everything up like she always does. I know Glenn said not to worry, but I think we should check in sometimes. I know you care about her too.